Hello, Aquarius. Ashley here to do your April forecast. We're going to look at strength, challenge, and a potential outcome. So it definitely looks like your strength for the month is this power of purpose. You've got this laser focused target in mind. So there's some area of life that you are zoomed in on, very determined about. Your challenge here is healthy boundaries. So you could be dealing with others that, would prefer to overstep those boundaries, right? And then we have clean it up as the outcome. So there could certainly be some areas in your life, perhaps it's a relationship, excuse me, where you're having to clear the clutter here. Now this clean it up, this could just be knocking out some tasks, right? This could be spring cleaning. I mean, we're right into the spring season in April. This could be just getting those kind of gnawing, annoying things off your back. So this could be a number of things. We're going to look and see what shows up in particular in this reading. But it does look like the course of action moving forward is just to kind of clear some clutter here. So let's see what's coming in for Aquarius. Be sure to hit that like button, leave me a comment down below if you feel like this is your reading, and make sure to check out your other placements. If you feel like you know another Aquarius where this could be helpful to them, send it to them, share it with them. We'll see. See what's going on. Now these readings I always feel like are very interesting because we're looking at a strength, a challenge, and the potential outcome, and I feel like it really comes together once we kind of clarify and really get into the outcome. So it's always an interesting unfolding of the story. Let's see. Page of Pentacles. So we have something that we're wanting to create, manifest here. And we're very focused on it. We have the Queen of Pentacles. She has shown up in every one of the air sign readings. She definitely showed up in this position or in the challenge row for Libra. So you're either dealing with an earth sign, or you're having to really guard and be careful of your own energy, resources, time, money. Could be any resource that you possess here, right? And the Magician. Again, manifesting, creating something, making something happen. We have the Tower, the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Cups. The Chariot, the Ten of Wands, and the Death card. It's called Transformation in this deck. We've got quite a few majors here. I definitely feel like you're trying to lay down some burdens of maybe boundaries in the past that haven't worked or you haven't set before, right? And so setting those new boundaries will actually kind of help to relieve some of the burden that you have felt. I do feel like there's a big shift happening in April with this power of purpose. It could be like almost kind of like a sudden movement in a particular direction or focus area. So I'm really curious to see what we get here. We've got a lot of water showing up. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Ace of Cups. And I do feel like this clean it up, this could be related to having a new start, wanting to create a new start, a rebirth here in particular, when it comes to a love situation. Yes, let's get into this. Bottom of the deck, the King of Cups, some more Scorpio. There you are, the Star, Judgment, Knight of Cups, the Sun. So I actually feel like for a period of time here, I feel like love in particular wasn't much of a focus. You might have been very focused on career. You might have been very focused on your home and working on the home, kind of taking care of projects, that kind of thing, especially with this clean it up here. But I feel like that's shifting a little bit here. Not that you're not going to take care of your bills and your home and yourself here, but it feels like you might be opening up to love here a bit. And needing to make a decision on whether or not this particular love is the one you want to entertain. With Judgment here, this could be someone from the past. We've got Leo. And Aquarius. A lot of Scorpio here. So let's look at this, because I do feel like it's like this opening of the heart. So I like that. Let's look at this power of purpose. What are we so focused on in April? And it's like, it seems like it comes out of nowhere almost. Like this sudden movement here with the Tower and the Chariot together. There could, I mean, you could be focused on moving in April, wanting to start roots somewhere new. Let's check it out. Page of Pentacles. What's this? We have the Five of Wands and the Two of Wands. Could be a little conflicted about this particular change, this particular direction. It could be that in the past it's taken you a while to come to some sort of conclusion about it. Maybe you had some confusion about it. Interesting. Tower, we have the Nine of Swords. I actually feel like you're getting out of your head, which is good. Yeah. I feel like your thoughts have been playing tricks on you here, and I feel like with this Tower showing up, there's some sort of shift happening here where I actually feel like you're kind of getting out of the head and into this heart space. So in the past, this purpose, it feels like it's been blocked for a little bit of time, and it feels like that block is being removed. With the Chariot, we have the Hierophant and the Page of Swords. So there could be some communication showing up here where the desire is to move towards commitment. This could be you communicating this. With this Page of Swords, we've got a lot of air energy here. I feel like part of the draw to this particular purpose, this connection, again, I feel like it could be very well tied to love here, is because it has this growth potential. With the Hierophant showing up, this isn't just commitment in a traditional sense. I mean, it could be marriage, that kind of thing, but specifically, it's like this spiritual growth opportunity. There's something shifting and opening up here in April where you're kind of getting out of the worry, the fretting about it. Again, I feel like negative thoughts or like negative self-talk has been happening, and I feel like that's breaking up. So let's get some more. We have the armadillo as the challenge, which is boundaries. So this could be a concern of yours in April, wanting to maintain boundaries when it comes to your resources, your time, your energy. And I feel like, setting those boundaries actually kind of helps to relieve some of this burden. And what's interesting is, even though this is the 10 of Wands, you can see she's burning all these notes, which could kind of be related to like thought processes, right? It's like if you were writing down all these thoughts you had, it's almost like setting the right boundary will help relieve some of that stress. Let me shuffle these quick and we'll clarify this row. Queen of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Wands. So protecting, setting those boundaries, protecting your own time, energy, and resources. And the Sun is what's going to help allow for happiness and almost a sense of freedom here. Like there's freedom when we set the correct boundaries. Like, and you wouldn't think of it that way. Normally, if you think of boundaries, they're like you picture a boundary, a fence, a wall of some kind. But I feel like what this is actually saying is that with the right boundaries, it actually allows for more liberation here with the Sun card. You can actually feel protected because you've either discussed what those boundaries are or you've set them. You have reasons behind that, and you can kind of see how things go, right? With the Hanged Man, we have the 4 of Cups. And the Fool. And with the 10 of Wands, we have the 7 of Wands. And the Knight of Swords. I feel like you're really standing up for yourself here. So with this being in the challenge position, it's almost like these are the correct boundaries to set. These almost feel like the wrong boundaries to set. So it's like finding that happy ground, like boundaries, not walls, right? We don't want the wall of China. We want like a fence with a gate. So you decide who comes in and who doesn't. Or maybe everyone stays just outside the gate, right? But with the wall of China, there's no getting through. And you can't get out either, if that makes sense. So it's like finding this happy medium might be part of the challenge for April. It does look like there's some difficulty in deciding perhaps just what it is that you do want. And I feel like this is kind of this interplay between you and this other person. It does feel like you're dealing with someone here. Again, we've got a lot of different signs showing up here, so it could be any sign, but it's like setting boundaries for yourself, the person you're dealing with setting boundaries for themselves, and it being this, I don't want to say flexible, maybe that's not the right word, because some of us can get too flexible and then our boundaries are gone, right? But it's finding this happy ground here of what the right boundaries are and how to set them. But I do feel like there's movement forward towards this ultimate goal, and this ultimate goal may very well be creating this commitment here with this person, this higher connection, and getting out of the headspace, out of the conflict and worry and fear. And that's kind of part of what boundaries are for. It's not just to keep people from trampling all over you. It's so you know what your boundaries are and you can kind of relax a little bit, right? Like if your boundaries are set, there's no reason to be behind that fence curled up in a ball, right? So that's kind of, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Well, let's see what this clean it up is. And part of what I'm seeing here, you see on this transformation card, this is the death card. And it's kind of like she's got these embers, and there's a tiny phoenix here. But it's like she's maybe breathing onto these embers to ignite them, right? I'm also seeing like all these ashes and soot from this clean it up card. So it's like kind of clearing out the old debris here to allow something to be reborn. So you could be trying to kind of clear the air with someone to make this new Ace of Cups a possibility. Let's see. And maybe it's just talking about boundaries, wanting things to move forward, but being uncertain what that should look like. With the Magician, we have the Eight of Wands, so we're definitely wanting things to move forward. There could be a lot of communication here. We're making some decisions here. We're ready to put in the work. It feels like this indecision in the past has kind of crumpled. It's like we're ready to make a choice here. The Ace of Cups, we have the High Priestess. You could certainly be dealing with a Pisces here. We've got that showing up a couple times. And the Death card. So yeah, this rebirth here with this, and it's interesting, this little seahorse is holding like this little pearl, and it kind of looks like her hat here. So it does seem to be like this new start with potentially a Pisces, a Scorpio, a water sign here. Kind of wanting to clear out the debris with this person, to have a rebirth, to ignite something with this person and let all the old ash fall away. With this Death card, we have the Seven of Pentacles and Justice. I like that because it's like we're focusing our energy on creating something new here that is more balanced, that does allow for proper boundaries, equal give and take, and we're ready to make that happen, whereas in the past we were a little conflicted about it and a little freaked out about it. Now we're making some moves here, and we're just doing it carefully, right? We're talking about it. We are communicating our needs. We're communicating our choices. We're communicating our boundaries. And I do feel like there's a... What's interesting with Eight of Wands, we have the Chariot here. There's movement, but I don't feel like it's going at breakneck speed. It might actually be moving faster than you think it is, but I feel like there's this interesting dynamic where we've got these cards here that represent speed, but at the same time, I actually feel like you and this person are taking things just, one gentle step at a time here. Yeah, I like that. So it's looking like good progress here, particularly in love, and particularly if this is someone that to me, this doesn't feel like a new person. It feels like someone you've had past with. So even if you were not romantically involved, right, you have some sort of past together. Because I do feel like you're both kind of going through a rebirth here. and you're both having to kind of burn away the past in order for this to move forward in a more balanced way, and where you're both honoring your boundaries and your truth here, right? So I would just, for the month, set the boundaries. Just make sure you're not building the wall of China, right? Because that's just from fear rather than from self-worth, right? You want to take care of yourself, but we don't want to step into fear and put up a giant wall. So I hope that was helpful. I will see you next time. Have a great month. It's looking good. Bye.